All right, talk about a blast from the past. This 58 sedan delivery, I built this thing back in the mid-90s. I'm sure a lot of guys that remember me from back in the day will remember this car. It was featured in Lowrider magazine around 1997. And it's been in other magazines also. On the California model car circuit, it was pretty well known. The story behind this car is that this was a resin that I got from a fellow Down to Scale member, James Bonsell. He acquired it somewhere and decided he didn't want to build it, so he offered it up to me. And another original Down to Scale member, Bobby Macias, he offered to build the motor in this car. Now, usually somebody offers to build something for me. I don't really need someone to build something. But Bobby was such a great engine detailer that I couldn't turn him down. So this, between me, Bobby, and James, is probably the original and the oldest Down to Scale club build that there is. This was the first one, and like I said, it's got to be the oldest. This car, at one time, I showed this thing for a few years. And what I usually do is I'll show a model for a year or two, and then I'll sell it. And I'll buy more models, and I'll build new models. And this car, I did sell. And about 10 or 15 years later, a buddy of mine, Dave DeBaca, he spotted it on eBay for sale. And notified me that it was there. So Dave made a deal with the guy selling it, went over and picked it up, and then I made a deal with Dave and got it back. Luckily for me, whoever had it kept it in really nice shape, because this model looks pretty much the way it did when I sold it that day. I've chosen to keep it all 90s build, not changing the wheels and tires on it, because that was what was available back then. The hydraulic pump, I mean, that was pretty much standard back in the day, you know, when we were building these lowrider models. This model's also got blue dots in the tail lights. This car, at one time, and it probably still does, if I hooked a battery up to it, the headlights, the tail lights, and some interior lights, they light up in this thing. Of course, they haven't been lit in 20 years, but you know, it's neat to still have it. And I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. But yeah, this is it. This is probably the oldest Down to Scale club build, because it took 3 of us to accumulate all the parts and put this thing together. And I'm lucky to have it in my model car case. All right, I got another old one for you, blast from the past. Let me grab it and I'll be right back. All right, so another blast from the past. This is a car I built probably 2003, 2004. It's I want to say it's a 69 Corvair. That's the it's an AMT kit. And of course I built it not typical Corvair. Like a lot of guys will build these into hot rods, or they'll build them stock. I like the customs. I like the lowriders. So that's the way I chose to build this one. I did a whole sculpted interior. It's kind of hard to see in there, but hopefully you're picking up something. And of course, hinged the hood and the trunk. The doors, they don't shut too good. You know, this thing's been 20 years old, and you know, she's seen her better days, but she's still in the case. I'm glad to have it around. Just kind of spin around slowly so you can get a good peek at it. Let me see if I can get inside the interior a little bit more. But yeah, that's my blast from the past. Little Chevy Corvair. I hope you guys like this. And if you like this stuff, you know, subscribe and like my page if you would, or my channel. Share it with your friends. Maybe leave a comment or two. I always try to answer all the comments. And I'll keep posting these things up. I've got lots more, so I'm going to keep posting them. So if you keep coming back, I'd love to share it with you. All right, till the next one. I'll see you then.